Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Before we get started, we're going to shout out this week's top answers for the pop quiz. If you would like to catch the next Instagram pop quiz, head on over there and follow me on Instagram at VLS Hair Design. Make sure you turn on post notifications so that you don't miss the next upload. So jumping right into the video, you guys, this is what I'm working with for the last week. I've been rocking it in this high bun, messy bun situation. So it's definitely on the dry side. And since I'm going to be wearing this protective style for a couple of weeks, I'm going to wash it and make sure I deep condition it. I'm using the Talia Wajid Repair and Restore Conditioner. And I am combing that through from root to tip, and then I'm going to sit under my hooded dryer there in the back for about 30 minutes to let that process through and get me all nice and moisturized. So this is what my hair looks like after I've rinsed out the conditioner. It's nice and fluffy and soft. I'm now going to go in with my leave-in, the Cantu leave-in conditioner, and then I'm going to layer in my heat protector by Cream of Nature argan oil. Since I'll be braiding my hair for this crochet look, I'm going to blow my hair out on a low setting using my Revlon paddle brush dryer. I featured this in my last video, and if I hadn't already told y'all, it is a life changer and a game changer. So I will leave a link to that product in the description box below, along with all the other products featured in this video. And of course, after my hair is dry, I've got to add some moisture back in using the Pink Grow Complex hair dress. And then I'm going to seal everything in using my Jamaican black castor oil. And typically with protective styles, I tend to go very, very heavy on the product, especially with the moisture products. So what I ended up deciding to do was what I call a perimeter crochet, where I'm going to leave out the front portion of my hair to do individuals, and then I'm going to crochet all the rest of the hair in the back of my head. Now, typically when I'm working on a client, I will do individuals all around the perimeter, but I had decided that I will probably not be wearing this hair up at all because it is going to be a lot. And typically my go-to style is half up, half down anyway. So what you see me doing here is braiding down my individual sections. I'm doing a 3-strand braid about 1 inch down, and then I'm twisting the rest. And I ended up with 23 individuals all over the front. And now I'm going to actually braid my hair. So you get to see how I do a pattern with long, thick hair. And still get it pretty flat in the back. So the first 2 on each side, I'm going to cross them in the back from side to side, and then when I get to the end of the braid, I'm going to crochet them into the previous braid, bringing it up and then braiding the end of that braid into the next one. So I ended up doing 10 braids straight back. And basically every time I get to the end of a braid, I'm just going to crochet it back up into the next braid, and then just keep that going until I get to the end. When I get to the end, I'm just going to take that last remaining braid and then crochet that through the middle of it until I can't see it anymore. So here is the final look at the braid pattern in the back. I have 10 going straight back, the first 2 crossed underneath. And yeah, everything is nice and flat and it's not going anywhere. No needle and thread. We are good to go. So the hair I'm going to be using today is hair I picked up off of Amazon from Golden Beauty. I was just kind of trolling Amazon one day and I saw this picture and I fell in love with it. The reviews were great. So I picked up the color T27, which is kind of like a mix of 1B and 27 ombre to the bottom. So essentially these are very full goddess locks, meaning they have the curly ends, but they also have curly pieces that stick out of the middle of each lock, so that's what gives it the volume and the fullness. The amount of hair did make me a little nervous because I know how curly crochet hair can be over time. It can be difficult to manage, but I have so many clients who absolutely adore this style and wear it for such a long time, so I really wanted to give it a shot, and I really wanted something full and long and sexy and goddess-like for the summer. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and crochet in the back, and I ended up only using 3 packs of this hair to get the desired fullness I was going for, because as you can see it was a lot of hair, and then I only used 1 pack for the front because again we only had 23 individuals in the front. So I made it to the final stretch. These are the last couple of braids, and I'm going to show you how I achieve the natural individual look in the front. So what I'm doing here is I am crocheting the crochet lock through the base of my braid, and then I am pulling my braid through the loop of the lock. So now they are connected together. And as you can see, my hair is like super duper long. So to remedy that and I'm not having to wrap all the way down the lock, I'm going to wrap my braid around the top of the lock. And to secure the bottom of my natural hair after I finish wrapping it, I'm going to use that handy dandy piece of crochet hair that's sticking out of the lock and tie a little knot around the bottom. Now to conceal my natural hair, I am going to crochet through the bottom small pieces of some spring twist hair, which I have pulled apart and fluffed out. They are both in the color 1B and 27 to give it more of a blended look. And then I'm just going to wrap my natural hair with the spring twist hair. Now you don't have to use spring twist hair to do this part, but I would recommend picking up any kind of crochet hair that has a tight curl pattern. That way when you wrap it around, you don't have straight pieces sticking out. It kind of conforms to the lock. And since I'm going for the messy boho look, I'm not being super duper perfect with it. I'm just trying to get it nice and secure so that my natural hair is not coming out of the lock. When I get down to the bottom of the piece, I'm just going to tie a knot and continue wrapping until I can't see the piece anymore. And because some of the locks did have 2 curly crochet pieces sticking out, I also used those to continue wrapping to further blend it in a little bit better towards the bottom. So here's the completed look. We are all done. This took me 3 hours to do from the time I started braiding my hair down to the time I finished the last lock. I started at 7:45 and ended at 10:50. So, yep, not too bad. 3 hours is my limit, so this worked out perfectly. As you can see, it is super full, so I am going to run it through with some mousse to kind of tame those curls in the back there. I also cut out some of the curls just to release some of the volume. And yeah, this is what I am left with, and I am super excited about it, y'all. It came out exactly the way I intended it to. It is long and full, and because I'm short, 18 inches is waist length on me, so that is just long enough. And here's a look at the front and how well it blends with the crochet in the back. Since I typically always wear half up, half down, I'll have no problem with blending that in. So here's a look at what it looks like 1 week later. My nighttime routine consists of only wearing my large satin bonnet. Makes sleeping very, very comfortable. And what I do every morning is just take it off, and then I just kind of finger comb through the hair to kind of search out any pieces that may have gotten tangled or fuzzy. And if I do find any, then I'll just kind of snip them out. And actually, I haven't really found a whole lot. Really, the key is just to not manipulate it a lot. You know, playing in your hair a lot will just get it all tangled and fuzzied up. So I haven't really been messing with it a whole lot. If I did find a piece, I just kind of cut it out. But for the most part, the ends stayed pretty immaculate. And it was just those middle pieces that I kind of had to tame down. So yeah, I was nervous, but this is not as bad as I thought it was. You may have also noticed some very bright blonde pieces on the sides there. What I did to amp it up a little bit was I grabbed some deep twist hair by Freetress in the color 613, and I just crocheted a couple pieces in to give it a little visual interest, you know, add a little flair to it. So that completes the video, you guys. Make sure you thumbs it up and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye. And before we go, it's testimony time. If you would like to leave your testimony, leave it in the comments below for a chance to be featured in an upcoming video. You never know how your story can have a positive impact on someone else's journey. If you like this video, you'll probably like these too. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss new videos just like this every week.